And then once he goes, the gopis came running, and then they thought Uddhava was Krishna, since they both look alike very much. But then they saw, and then they saw that Uddhava was not really Krishna. So they were a little bit mad, but then Uddhava said the letter, and then but I think they were still mad at Krishna or something.
So first Uddhava came to Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai's house, and they thought it was Krishna was coming in a chariot. But then they invited Uddhava, who's Krishna's cousin, and gave him good prasad and made him comfortable. Then heard about all stories of Krishna in Mathura. And then why didn't Krishna go to Vrindavan?
Krishna didn't go because he had a lot of duties to do in Mathura.
And also there was this evil Jarasandha who was trying to always come and attack Mathura. So Krishna wanted to make sure his father Vasudeva.
You never said that, did you?
Yeah, I already said that. Vasudeva, Devaki, and Ugrasena, they were all old, but they were under the protection of Krishna. So if Krishna goes to Vrindavan, they might be this evil Jarasandha may attack. And who is Jarasandha? Okay, Chaitraji is right there. Yeah.
It's like this Asura, and I think he's the father of Kamsa's two wives.
Yes, Ashti and Prapti are two wives of Kamsa who went back to Jarasandha and complained, oh, this little boy Krishna came and killed our husband. And Krishna is actually the nephew of Kamsa. But all non-devotees, they always point false. But we know the reason why Krishna had to kill Kamsa, though Kamsa was his uncle, right? Because he was doing all bad things. Yes.
Prabhuji, I also heard that Prapti is much nicer than Hasti.
Okay, very good. Nice point. Okay, very good. So then
lived in Vrindavan for 6 months.
Yeah, so Uddhava stayed in 6 months, and he understood that the gopis' bhakti and everybody in Vrindavan's bhakti is far higher than his bhakti, because he was a disciple of Brahaspati. He had learned all the scriptures. He had a lot of knowledge, but it was nothing compared to the sweet, simple, innocent love of the gopis and the parents of Krishna in Vrindavan. And he understood all that, and then he came back to Krishna and told everything. Then we discussed about how Krishna visited Kubja, and he visited Akrura, and then he sent Akrura to Dhritarashtra, because he knew his cousins were getting very, very bad suffering from the Kauravas and Dhritarashtra, because Pandu had passed away, and Kunti and the kids were in the palace, and everybody was envious of them. So Akrura came to give Krishna's message, please take care of the Pandavas just like your own sons. But Dhritarashtra, because he was blinded by his love for his evil sons, Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, Dushasana, he didn't really accept the message of the Lord. So
and it was the Lord, so he did a very bad deed.
Yeah. So then we talked about how Jarasandha attacked which place? Where is Krishna now? In Mathura, right? So as Krishna had already thought this would happen, Jarasandha attacked to take revenge for Kamsa's death. And then Krishna, he took out his bow, and he was able to flatten the whole army of Jarasandha. And if you see here, there's like a river of blood flowing. But all these bad guys were being killed because they were creating a lot of trouble for good devotees. So Krishna doesn't spare any bad guys who are coming as obstacles to devotees. So he killed all of them with his bow. And even though Jarasandha came with a big army, everybody died and only Jarasandha was left. And Balramji was going to kill Jarasandha when Krishna said, no, let him go. So for a Kshatriya,
because Bhima had to kill.
yeah, that
Jarasandha.
comes later. But Jarasandha, actually for a Kshatriya, humiliation is worse than death. So letting Jarasandha go was even more humiliating than killing him for Jarasandha, because he thought he's a great king. He will finish off these two little boys who are just 11 years old in no time. But actually his entire army got destroyed and he was left. And even he was at Krishna's mercy and he was given freedom to go back. So Jarasandha went home very, very sad. He said he's going to give up everything, go to the forest. Then some of his countrymen came and said, no, it was just bad luck. Otherwise, you could have easily finished off. So that's what bad association does. Again, he became, okay, then I'm going to attack again. So every year he kept attacking. So let's start the class for today. If there's any other questions, we can do that, or else we can go into this class. Anything anybody would like to say that we didn't discuss from last class? Okay, so what happened was Jarasandha went back and his companions really motivated him to not give up and keep fighting Krishna. So every year he would attack. He would bring more soldiers and attack. So he did that for 17 years. So 17 times he attacked, just like the first time. So totally 17 times he attacked. And then Krishna understood that this is not right. At this point, he cannot stay in Mathura again, because there is this attack that's going to come from Jarasandha for the 18th time. And this time Jarasandha was going to get a lot of army from every kingdom and fight against Krishna. That was one reason. Another is there was another bad guy called Kalayavana. And Kalayavana was asking who is the most powerful at this time. And Narada Muni had told him Yadava Krishna is. So he wanted to attack Krishna. So if both armies are attacking, then if Krishna is engaged in battle in one place, then his devotees such as Vasudev, Devaki, they will all be attacked, right? So he's always protective of his devotees. So he thought about a plan. So he thought, I should build a whole fort, a big fort that will protect all my kinsmen and all my devotees. So what did Krishna do? Krishna told Vishwakarma. So 17 times war happened. And then Krishna knew that again, he cannot continue in Mathura. So he told the architect of the Devatas. And what is the name of that architect? I just said it just a few seconds ago.
Vishwakarma.
Yes, Vishwakarma. So Vishwakarma is the celestial architect. And so he is the Devata's architect. And then if you remember Maya Danav. Maya Danav is the architect of the Rakshasas. So, but this time Vishwakarma came and built this whole city of Dwaraka on the ocean. So today's
that's the fort.
Yeah, so that is called the kingdom of Dwaraka. The big palaces and the wall, the outer perimeter of this palace was 90 square miles. So you can imagine on the ocean, a whole kingdom is coming up. It was built just in one night. And it had beautiful, it was floating on the ocean, and it had beautiful,
like that.
There were beautiful streams and rivers, and then it had gardens. And every house was built with so much of jewels and beautiful
Then you had to
ornaments.
pay a lot for that.
No, Krishna, everything belongs to Krishna, and all Krishna's inhabitants of Mathura, they all moved to this beautiful palace. Everybody had beautiful kalashas that were um, the little pots of water and fountains. Everybody had that, and everybody had a deity of Lord Vishnu in their rooms, and every house had a kalpa vriksha. This a kalpa vriksha is a tree. Usually there are trees that just we see leaves and wood, but then there are trees that gives us fruit, like the mango tree. But these kalpa vrikshas, it's called desire trees. Whatever you ask the tree, that tree will give you. So each house had that kalpa vriksha, and so it was a very, very opulent a kingdom that was built on the ocean at the instruction of Krishna by Vishwakarma. And Krishna moved all his kingsmen into that palace, into that kingdom of Dwaraka on the ocean, and it was protected because it was like an island on the ocean. Nobody could attack Dwaraka, and he kept everybody there, and then he went to fight. There was this Kala Yavana, like I said. He wanted to attack Dwaraka. So he was the first to attack. So Krishna came there, and Kala Yavana, when he saw from the distance Krishna, the most attractive Krishna, he understood this is the most powerful person, and he said, I will just fight you, Krishna, on one-on-one combat. Because he was very proud. Kalayavana thought he can just defeat anybody because he was very powerful. So then Krishna said yes, and Krishna started walking. He kept walking and walking.
Was he just trying to run away?
Yeah. So he kept walking and walking, and then Krishna, he said, Krishna, stop, I want to fight you. But Krishna kept on walking, and he entered into a cave. And there an old man was sleeping. And what did Krishna do? Krishna put his pitambara dress, like the scarf or the, the cloth that is on his upper body, put it on this person who was sleeping. So this Kalayavana came and thought, oh, this Krishna, he's so silly. He has to fight with me, and he's sleeping here. And Kalayavana gave a big kick to this body who was covered by this Krishna's waistcloth. And as soon as he kicked, this person woke up, and then he realized it is not Krishna, but it is actually King Muchukunda. And there's a story behind that. But when he woke up, he burned Kalayavana to ashes.
Because whoever he saw.
Yeah. So let's go into that story a little bit. So what happened was, this Muchukunda used to be a great king in the Surya Vamsha or Raghu Vamsha. And Lord Ram was born in Raghu Vamsha. So he is even the ancestor of Lord Ram. And so it was thousands and thousands of years ago that he was the king of the world, Muchukunda. What happened was, he was such a great valorous fighter, and every demons and rakshasas were afraid of him. So Indra and the Devatas had asked him to come help them with defeating the demons. So he said, yes, of course, I'm very powerful, I'll help you. So Muchukunda
So he literally said, I'm very powerful, I can help you. Yeah,
so he did that, and he went to the Devaloka, and then with Kartikeya, who was the great commander-in-chief of the Devatas, he fought with the alongside Kartikeya and killed all the demons, and the war was over, and the Devatas won, and they were very happy. And Kartikeya said, give me whatever, I'll give you whatever boon you want. And so Muchukunda said, oh, I've been fighting, now I just want to go to my kingdom. But then this Kartikeya Lord Kartikeya, he broke the bad news to Muchukunda. You know, Muchukunda was fighting in the celestial planets, and the time moves very slow there. But by that time in the earth, the time had passed, and all his kingsmen and everybody had already died and gone. So then there was no point in going back, and he was very tired from all the fighting. So then he said, oh, since I have none of my relatives or my wife or children still there, I just want to go back to earth and sleep, and I just want to take rest. And only the person who wakes me before I wake up myself, he should be burned to ashes. So Muchukunda was a great devotee of Krishna. So he had done all good things, but now he was just sleeping. And he was waiting for the right moment to go back home, back to Godhead. So, you know, Krishna makes all his pastimes such that he actually does so many purposes are fulfilled with all his pastimes. So he had to kill this bad guy, Kalayavana, and he also had to make Muchukunda get out of his sleep and get ready to go home back to Godhead. So Krishna came to this cave and he liberated Muchukunda, and he dealt with Kalayavana also. So Muchukunda, he saw Krishna on the side after this Kalayavana burned to ashes, and he's like, this is such a great sight of seeing Krishna in his four-handed form. He must be the supreme personality of Godhead. And first Muchukunda said, hey, great one, I am this king who was sleeping, and this person disturbed me from my sleep. That's why I killed him. And then Krishna said, oh, I cannot fully explain who I am because my pastimes and everything are unlimited. It's like the scientists can count the number of atoms. Atoms is anything that make an object, right? So this little mouse here can have millions of atoms. So similarly, somebody can count the entire atoms of this universe, but they still can't count the number of pastimes of Krishna. So Krishna cannot say what or who he is. So he said, in this incarnation, I'm here to remove all the bad guys from this world and establish good behavior, good religion. So that's why I'm here. And you are my great devotee. Hence, I'm here in this cave to wake you up and let you do what you have to do. And then Muchukunda said, I'm so happy to see you, my Lord. And Krishna asked, what do you want as a boon? And Muchukunda said, I don't want anything from you, Lord. I just want to serve you. So Krishna was very happy that he didn't have any material wants or anything. He just wanted to express his love for Krishna by serving him. And he said, okay, you get the pure love for me, because that's the one that gives the greatest happiness. And so Muchukunda went to Badrikashram, and Badrikashram is still there on the foot of Himalayas. So these are the recent pictures of Badrikashram, where he worshipped the Lord, and then he went back home, back to Godhead. So all these places are still there that are referenced in the scriptures. So if you get a chance to go to Badrikashram, we should all go and see all these lovely places, and all of them have a history. Yes, Tarunji, you have been there? Sorry? Yeah, it is in Uttarakhand state, you know, that's near the Himalayas, in the foothills of the Himalayas. Yes. So that's why you see the background, you see snow hills, and this Badrinath temple is very famous. So Krishna let Muchukunda enter into his pastimes after he went here. Okay, so and also this the Dwaraka that Krishna built, if nobody believes, say this is just a story, this is not real, this is like Harry Potter, the story you're telling me.
way.
Then you can tell them, no, actually Dwaraka is real, the palace, all these divers,
If you actually want to know, go there yourself.
they jumped,
Prabhuji,
they did scuba diving and found the entire palace, and everything is still there under the ocean.
Because they really wanted to find out.
Prabhuji, what if they still don't believe it?
Yeah, so if they don't believe it, then that's their problem. But it is every person is logical, right? So if they say 1 + 1 = 3, then there's nothing you can do. You can take one and take another one and say you add these two, it is 2. And if they say no, it's not 2, it's 3, then there's nothing much you can do there. Then you can just leave that person to believe what they want. But if they say, give me proof that Dwaraka existed, you can say scuba divers went under, and then whatever is described in the Bhagavatam, the exact descriptions of Bhagavatam, the walls, the stairs, the exact same thing is under the ocean right now. You can go check it. And then you can believe these scriptures were actually the things that happened, not things like of somebody's imagination. So Veda Vyas didn't make a story, but it is actually real.
I thought.
Yeah. So there was one point I also missed to say. So there, how many devatas are there? You know, how many demigods are there?
50, no.
No. When Krishna showed his Vishwarupa or Virat Rupa, how many?
I know. Yes, 33 million.
Yes, it is 33 crores or 330 million actually. So it is very, very, so many demigods, and each demigod
has
came,
equal power.
and each demigod came and put some of their benedictions on Dwaraka. So
Benedictions?
so you know, Kubera is a demigod, so he made this whole palace, and then so each like Indra came and gave something, then Varuna came and gave something, so everybody came and gave. So Indra sent Parijata tree, we'll learn later. Then the parliamentary house was given by Sudharma. Then there was a white horse with black ears who runs at the speed of the mind. That was given by another demigod. So
do we know all the names?
No, that's why we should just pray to Krishna, because we can't even name all the 330 million demigods. Right? So yeah. So that is the story of Muchukunda, who was liberated by Krishna. And then what happened was, just as Krishna suspected, both of them were attacking at the same time. So Kalayavana was killed by Muchukunda, and then Krishna went back to the battlefield, and Kalayavana's army was finished off by Krishna. And then before Krishna was returning, that evil Jarasandha also attacked. And when Jarasandha attacked, you know what happened? Jarasandha came with 23 Akshavanis of soldiers.
23?
Yeah.
That's how many soldiers?
So we'll go into that. And if you remember from Mahabharata, we had discussed about what an Akshavani is, right? So Akshavani, the smallest unit of a Akshavani is called a Patti. And a Patti has one horse, one elephant, one chariot, one elephant, 3 horses, and 5 foot soldiers. Okay, so that times 3 of that Patti becomes a Sena Mukha, then 3 of that Sena Mukha becomes a Gulma, then 3 of that Gulma becomes a Gana, and 3 Gana becomes a Vahini, and 3 Vahini becomes a Pritana, and then 3 Pritana becomes a Chama, and 3 of that becomes a Anikini, and 10 of that becomes a Akshavani. So many. So total, there are 218,700 items in an Akshavani. It is so big. And to give you
and then the the Pandavas had 7 of those?
Yeah, Pandavas only had 7 and Kauravas had 11 at
I
that
thought
time.
12.
No, 11. Okay, so totally there were 18 Akshahunis in the Mahabharata war. And that is a Mahabharata war. And what did Jarasandha come with? Even more than that 18. He came with 23 Akshahunis of soldiers. And
But they probably weren't anything against Krishna, right? So it's like all for nothing.
Yeah, so Krishna can easily finish off all of them, right? But what did Krishna do? He ran away like a coward. So
he's a coward boy too, but
so when Krishna ran away, everybody will say, oh, he was afraid by the 23 Akshahunis.
No, they weren't.
No, Krishna wasn't afraid. Krishna had other plans. So
he had other plans.
Yeah. So Krishna and Balaram, Krishna told Balaramji, let's just run away and get on top of this hill called Pravarsana. So this hill is very high. So he said, let's escape here. So non-devotees will think, oh, Krishna is afraid. But Krishna does everything for a purpose. And for people who don't want to or want to make fun of Krishna, they can call him Ranchor. But then devotees took that name and they worship Krishna as Ranchor Rai. There's a deity in Gujarat for Ranchor Krishna. So run means battlefield. Chod is who runs away. For a Kshatriya to leave the battlefield and run away is like a very humiliating. It's very shameful. But when Krishna does it, we worship him for that. So Krishna ran away with Balaramji on top of this hill. And then what did Jarasandha do? He said, I'm going to set fire on this hill so that when Balaram and Krishna comes down, they'll be burned to ashes. So that's why you see all the smoke coming on the hill. So this 23 Akshawani, they just circled this mountain and they started to set fire all around the foothills of that. And then they were waiting. Oh, now I'll show Krishna what. And what does Krishna do? He and Balaramji jumps from the top of the mountain. And they actually jump and travel a distance of 88 miles. So the Supreme Lord, anything is possible. Nobody can really set fire on the Lord or trap him like an ordinary person by putting some smoke. So Krishna and Balaramji escaped. Actually, Krishna and Balaramji had other items to refer to, not just fight the 23 Akshavanis. So what happened was, after they escaped, they came to Dwaraka, and then Balaramji got married to Revati. And there's a story behind that.
I didn't know Balaram got married.
So first Balaramji got married to Revati. Yeah, so this story is Revati's father is Revata, and they were born in the previous Yuga. But then Revati is an expansion of the supreme power, right? So she was so good and so nice in every field and so powerful that her father couldn't find a good groom for her, who's matching her, right? In intelligence and skill. There's nobody in the land with the same skill. So then Revata went to Brahmaloka. So Revata and Revati ji went to Brahmaloka to ask who's the right person for Revati to get married. So when they were waiting for Brahma to answer, actually many yugas had passed. And then Brahmaji said, actually now it is Dwapara Yuga going on and Kali Yuga is coming. So you better go back fast to the world. Otherwise in Kali Yuga, you won't find a good person. Actually, Brahmaji was referring to Balaram to get married to Revati. So they came back and they were very, very tall, because in the previous yugas, everybody were a lot taller than we are now. So then what did Balaramji do? He took his little plow and he put it on the head of Revati Rani, and then she became shorter so that they could be husband and wife, and they got married. So that's the story of Balramji's wedding. And now Krishna's wedding is even more dramatic. So what happened was, there was a great princess. Her name is
Rohini? No.
Rukmini.
Rukmini.
Yeah. Sorry, anybody wants to say anything?
Yeah, I was saying Rukmini.
Oh, okay, yeah. And Rukmini ji is actually the incarnation of Mahalakshmi herself, Lord Vishnu's wife, Mahalakshmi. So Rukmini was born to in a kingdom called Vidarbha, and her dad is Bhishmaka. She had four other brothers, and the oldest was Rukmi. Rukmi was not a good person. He was having all the bad association. His best friend was Shishupala, who was, he's a very bad guy. He wanted his sister Rukmini to get married to Shishupala. But Rukmini, she had never seen Krishna before, but she heard about Krishna when Narada Muni used to visit Vidarbha, and her dad's name is Bhishmaka, not Bhishma, like the grandsire of Hastinapur. This is Bhishmaka, who's the king of Vidarbha. So Bhishmaka also liked Krishna a lot, because Narada Muni came and narrated all the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, how he's the great king of Dwaraka now, and everything Rukmini used to hear. He only heard about Krishna, never saw Krishna. So similarly, even though we have never seen Krishna, if we hear about Krishna from devotees and learn about Krishna, we can also become great devotees like Rukmini. She has never seen Krishna, but she's writing a letter to Krishna, crying, "Oh Krishna, please come and kidnap me. Don't let me get married to the evil Shishupala, because my wedding is being arranged by my brother, and I don't want to get married." Yeah, I don't want to marry.
And then teardrops were falling on her letter.
Yes. So then what happened was, this Rukmini told a Brahmana, who is a very confident associate there, who she could trust, who wouldn't go tell her brother or tell anyone, send this message to Krishna. So Brahmanas are supposed to be very close to God. They're always praying. That's actually the actual job of Brahmanas in the society, is to learn how to worship God and tell others how to worship God. That's the actual duty of Brahmanas. But today's Brahmanas, they eat, they don't follow any of that. They drink, they smoke. So those are not Brahmanas actually. Brahmanas are those who are very close to God. So just like this Brahmana who was helping Rukmini, he took the message of Rukmini to Krishna. And Krishna, when the Brahmana came to Dwaraka, Krishna is so humble. He always takes care of his devotees. So even though he became humiliated in the war by running away from the war, and then when this Brahmana came, he's sitting and massaging the feet of this Brahmana. So Krishna really likes his devotees. He doesn't care if you're rich or poor. He only looks at how much love you have for him. So then, and this Brahmana, he read the letter and said, whatever you do, Krishna, you have to do it fast, because Rukmini is going to get married. And Rukmini told Krishna that don't come to the palace, because then Krishna will have to fight so many people, and unnecessarily so many people die. So Krishna, you just come to the Durga temple, because before my wedding, I'm supposed to go to the Durga temple, and it is our family ritual to get the blessings of Durga Devi. So while I'm there, you can just take me away in your chariot. And so Krishna, in order to save Rukmini, he took his chariot, which had some very, very fast horses. and they rode fast all the way from Dwaraka to Vidarbha. Because the horses travel very fast in the speed of mind, he was able to reach there before Rukmini got married. And what Krishna took the Brahmana also with him and sat him in the chariot and sped to Vidarbha. And then when Rukmini Devi went to the temple and came out, Krishna told her to jump into the chariot and rode away. And all the kings who were waiting to see Rukmini Devi, she's like, her face is so sweet, like a blooming lotus. They forgot, they were just looking, and they just lost their weapons, and they were just staring at Rukmini Devi's beauty when Krishna took away Rukmini. And then suddenly they came back to their senses and they wanted to fight, and Jarasandha and all those people came. And by that time, Balaram from Dwaraka, he came with all the army, and he fought the army, and Krishna and Rukmini just went away in the chariot. And by that time, what happened was, Jarasandha said, "Oh, if the Shishupala doesn't want to go behind Krishna, then why should I go?" Then Rukmini said, "I am going to go get Rukmini back from Krishna." And he took his chariot and followed Krishna all the way. And then he was trying to shoot arrows at Krishna, and Krishna shot back, and his entire chariot and army was finished. And then he took his sword and went to attack Krishna. And that at that time, Krishna was going to cut his head when Rukmini Devi came and fell on Krishna's foot and said, "Oh, Krishna, don't hurt my brother." And then Krishna just shaved off his head. And,
but doesn't he take back? Doesn't he get revenge?
So Rukmini was tied up like this and shaved, so he was humiliated. And by that time, Balramji came, and then he told Krishna, "This is not how you treat your brother-in-law." And then he told Rukmini, "Don't side with your evil brother." So he made peace with everyone. And then Rukmini didn't go back to Vidarbha. He just stayed in a village because he had promised that he'll bring back Rukmini, and he couldn't. So that's where we'll end today's class. Is there any questions on what we covered? And in next class, we'll learn about Krishna's first son. Like Rukmini and Krishna had their son, Pradyumna, and we'll learn about his story. That's this right picture. I'm not going to spoil the story now, to spoil the suspense. But next class, we'll learn about that. So this class, what did we cover? We covered
Krishna's marriage and Balaram's marriage and the wars which happened in Dwaraka, and how he escaped and defeated them, and how Krishna was planning to get married.
Yes.
What was the mountain that Krishna and Balaram climbed up to do?
So you're asking that question. I knew.
Wait.
It's called Pravarsana. Okay. All right. So everybody, are you ready for the Kahoot? Can we go to the Kahoot? If you don't have any questions, we'll go there. Okay. Looks like Tarunji is ready to play. Okay. So what is the pin? Let's find out.
Is it gonna be long?
And the pin is 4850447. Okay, Sonuji is in today.
There's no color?
Okay, Yes, Dhruv, you can join.
Okay. Sorry for the coughing.
Oh,
I
it's
got
okay.
a cold.
Oh, that's okay. It's cold outside also.
My mother has a cold too.
Yeah. Cold come and go. That's all part of the material world.
Disease.
Enter your name first.
Old age, disease,
Ah!
all part of this. 4850447. Oh, who's this alien? And there's Megalodon, who we know is Hemanji.
Wait. Is Alien Ishika? Because I see Ishika has the exact same emojis.
Okay. That's a clue. Ishika ji left so that you can find out who she is. Okay, Falcon is also there.
Ishika, are you alien? Ishika-ji, are you alien?
Yeah.
I knew it!
Okay. Okay. How much is everybody in? Do you need more time? Or can we start?
Yes, Prabhuji, just clear it, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Wait, let me come.
Okay. I will wait. So where's Dhruv?
Dhruv is probably...
I'm a Falcon, the fake one.
Oh,
With the white flags. Am I supposed to be with?
okay, you have two
Why
flags.
the
Very good.
one?
You're a Falcon. Very good.
Supercar.
Okay. Okay. Who else wants to join?
Me.
Prabhuji, please wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait, 2 more people need to join.
Okay, good counting, Dhruv.
Auntie, can you remove the mask?
ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूत्. Ready?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go then. Good luck, everyone. We have 10 participants,
How many questions?
about 17 or 18 persons.
Okay.
Okay, 18 questions. How many times did Jarasandha attack Mathura? 1, 2, 18, 17.
So is this the mountain thing? Vavarsana?
Yeah, so actually he attacked 17 times and he was let go by Krishna. 18 times he attacked and Krishna ran away. So actually total number is 18. So it's a trick question, but most answers were 17 and 18. So I think everybody has the right idea. Okay. Second question. The city of Dwaraka was built on the water. True or false?
How many participants were there?
10. Yes. Most of you got that right. So, okay, let's go to the next question. Okay,
Yay.
Krishna is in first place now. Okay, Dwaraka was built by the architect Vishwakarma following Krishna's instructions. True or false?
Everything is one answer, huh?
Okay, one of you always gets it wrong, but hopefully next time we'll get everybody answering correct. Okay, looks like the colors are coming back.
Well,
Right.
only over there, not over here. On the
Okay.
podium.
Santosh, Krishna, Ayana, Ashmita ji, and Tarun ji are all in the podium. Let's go. Number 4. How long did it take to build the city of Dwaraka? 1 year, 1 day, 1 night, 1 month. Okay, 1 night. It was built by Vishwakarma in just one night.
Since Vishwakarma is really good at building.
Yeah. Okay. In which state of modern India is the holy Dwaraka located?
What?
Telangana, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra. Okay, it is Gujarat.
Gujarat.
Yes.
Oh.
Like Vrindavan, Mathura,
Yes.
they're all in Uttar Pradesh. Okay. Who did Krishna use to kill Kalayavan? Arjuna, Bhima, Muchukunda, Balaram.
Who's Muchukunda again?
Muchukunda is the one who burned someone to pieces. Okay, very good. Krishna, Santosh, Krishna, and Tarunji are on top place. Okay. What dynasty was Muchukunda part of? Sun or Raghuvamsha, Moon or Somavamsha, Yavana, Mlecha. So he was the ancestor of Lord Ram. So which Vamsha was Lord Ram is the same Vamsha he said.
Prabhuji,
Yes?
wasn't Devi Sita part of the Soma Vamsha?
Yeah, so I have to check that if he comes in Soma Vamshas, but probably you're right. There are Sun Dynasty and Moon Dynasty.
Go downstairs. Go downstairs.
Okay. Okay, Muchukunda was an ancestor of Lord Ram who lived in Treta Yuga. True or false? Okay. True. Very good. Okay, Krishna is on fire and he's in top place. Okay, in one Akshauni, there are 21,870 elephants, same number of chariots, 3 times horses and 5 times soldiers, or 300,000 elephants, 200,000 chariots, 20,000 chariots, or none of the above, or 1 elephant, 1 chariot, 3 horses, 5 foot soldiers.
I'm just gonna click one and go.
So actually the green one is the ratio, and 21870 times the ratio is what is 1 Akshavani. So this is the right answer. It's a tough question, but so 4 of you got it right, so that's very good. Okay, Santoshji, Krishna, Tarun, Radha Krishna, Radha Chaitra, and Nayana are top 5. How many Akshavanis did Jarasandha bring when he attacked the 18th time? 1, 11, 7, 23. Yes, 23. Most of you got that right. What is the mountain that Krishna and Balaram climbed to escape from Jarasandha? Gandhamadana, Pravarsana, Alps, Kilimanjaro.
Alps this time.
Okay. Very good. Tarunji is in first place. Very good, Tarunji. How many miles did Krishna and Balaram jump from Pravarsana hill that was set fire by Jarasandha?
Apparently I remember
1,
that.
10, 88, 8.
Apparently, I remember that.
So now when you see the picture of Krishna jumping with Balaram, you know the story, why he jumped. And he jumped 88 miles. Very good. Okay. Who did Lord Balaram marry? Rukmini, Revati, Radharani, Rambha.
What?
Yes,
I think
Revati. Oh,
Revati is the name
all
of
of
his
you got it
mom.
right. Very good.
I think Revati is the name of Balaram's mom.
That's Rohini. So many R's. Okay.
Rukmini, Radha.
Okay, Tarunji is first place with 10,000 points. Wow. Ayana next, then Radha Chaitraji, Santoshji, and Megalodon.
Don't worry, there are 5 more questions.
Okay, Balram made Revati shorter than him using his bow, mace, plow, sword. In Hindi, it's called Hal.
What does Hal mean?
Namaste Halayuda. Yes, his plow. That's his weapon,
I
right?
just guessed that because that was his weapon.
What was a plow? I mean, what is a plow?
A plow is what's used to till the field. So it is very symbolic that Balramji has that weapon because he actually makes the ground fertile so that our bhakti will increase. So that is why he has this plow with him. Okay, he's the Adi Guru. Okay, so 15 question. What type of marriage was Krishna's first marriage? Gandharva, Rakshasa, Swayamvara, none of the above.
I just guessed one because it was
Actually, Krishna's marriage was a Rakshasa wedding because kidnapping is not a good thing. Because whenever Krishna does something, it becomes perfect. When he runs away from battle because it's not a good thing, still he's worshipped. When Krishna kidnaps a girl to get married, it's still worshipped because Rukmini Devi wanted Krishna
to do that.
Yeah, so that's a Gandharva wedding is when it's like a love marriage. Swayamvara is a girl chooses with a garland. So Kshatriyas were allowed to have Rakshasa weddings to show their might and chivalry. They used to do this. They come and then just like Bhishma took Amba, Ambika, and Ambalika, but nobody could.
Not Bhima.
No, Bhishma.
Bhishma.
Yeah. So that was also a Rakshasa. I thought I said Bhishma. Okay, anyway, my bad. Tarun, Ayana,
Hey, you were
Radha
gonna
Chitra,
X me out.
No. Okay.
Just
16
kidding.
of 18. Where did Krishna kidnap his devotee Rukmini? Vidarbha
I
Palace,
remember this.
Durga Temple, Yamuna River, Mathura Palace.
Yamuna River is in Vrindavan, so just X that out.
Yes, Durga Temple. Vidarbha is the place, but then it's not the palace. Okay, Megalodon is on the board now. Second last question, true or false? Rukmini married Shishupala following the wishes of her brother Rukmi. True or false? False. Rukmini married Krishna. Okay, last question. Rukmini's father Bhishmaka came to her wedding in Dwaraka. I may have not mentioned this, but you can guess.
I don't know about this.
The actual wedding of Krishna and Rukmini happened in Dwaraka after Krishna kidnapped. Oh, I'm so sorry. The answer is true.
Oh, but I put true. Ugh.
Yeah, my bad. Actually, Bhishmaka came to her wedding because Bhishmaka always wanted Rukmini to marry Krishna. And yeah, only Rukmi was the one who wanted Rukmini to marry Shishupala. So Bhishmaka actually went to the wedding. So this, my bad, okay? So I will fix that. So let's see who's on the podium. Third place goes to Radha Chaitra ji. Second place goes to Ayana. And first place goes to
Drum roll, please.
Tarun ji. Hari bol. Very nice, Tarun ji.
Yay!
And the fourth place is
Thank you, Prabhuji.
fifth place is Megalodon. Very good.
job.
Yeah.
Nice to have someone else win.
Okay. So very good. And I have to fix that question, but sorry for that
And
wrong
I have to
answer.
click false now.
Okay. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Vancha kalpata rupascha kripa sindhupe evaja patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. And look at
Hare
the
Krishna, Prabhuji.
time also. And Tarunji won. Very good. So I'll have to fix this. Go to Public, edit. I really can't see anything.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Since you just made it.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Bye.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Have a great Krishna conscious week. We'll see you all next week.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Bye.
Hare Krishna. Stop the recording.